aired within this station.
Listening to this Allstate commercial about savings might be the hardest thing about getting those savings. Save for simply becoming an Allstate customer. Save more for...
We support the best and baddest disaster relief group in America, Team Rubicon. To show our support of Team Rubicon, Mountain Dew put in $1 million. And now you can help Team Rubicon too. Look for specially marked Team Rubicon bottles of Mountain Dew, Diet Mountain Dew, and Mountain Dew Zero Sugar. Enter for a chance to win weekly prizes at MountainDewTR.com and donate to Team Rubicon. You'll earn exclusive rewards when you do. No purchase necessary. U.S. residents 18 and older. Subject to rules at MountainDewTR.com. Ends 10/3/20.
Sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth. 93.7 The Ticket.
This is Talkin' Tens with Nebraska Cornhusker gymnasts Michaela Curtis and Kinsey Roby on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back to Talking Pens on 93.7 FM. I am your host, Kinsey Roby, and I'm also here with my co-host, Michaela Curtis. Before we get going, you can text the hotline at 402-464-5685. Back again.
Honestly, I didn't even know what day it was. I'm still on winter break. I forgot today was Monday, if I'm being honest.
I know, and we start school tomorrow.
Don't.
Did you get your books yet? Yeah.
That's a hard no.
I don't remember the last time I went into the bookstore, if I'm being honest with you.
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
We're in a class together this semester. Come on.
I'll just borrow your book.
No, you're going to go get your own.
I know you're excited. I'm going to sit right next to you.
I can't wait.
What is it? What is it? Management?
Yes, management.
I don't know anything about management.
Well,
if I'm being 1,000% honest with you.
Me neither, really. Good thing we're taking it. We're going to learn a lot.
You're taking B-Law too? You already took that?
No, I've already taken that.
Is it hard? That's a yes.
It was a lot of reading. I will say that.
I don't
read.
I don't read.
You don't read.
Yeah.
Really?
Unless there's pictures in it, then I'll read.
This whole college thing, I'm just getting a blurred picture of what this is.
Wait, I do have good news though.
Talk to us.
I have gotten into physical therapy school.
Nice. Well done. Well done.
Thank you.
Well done. Well
Yes.
done. So you can heal yourself.
Maybe we'll see. We'll see on that one. But
tell the story. What is going on with you?
I mean, what, the whole story or just long story short?
It's your show, whatever way you want to tell it, but that is a story that needs to be told.
I mean, basically, I don't want to get too much into it because I don't really know what's going on yet, but I am in a boot. I did not compete this last weekend. And right now, just, I mean, staying positive.
Like I came to see you and I look and I'm like, they announced you and you did the wobble onto the floor. And I was like, what is going on here?
I did. But I mean, if one thing that's good, I've been in this position before and I know that keeping a good mindset is a lot, it's easier to get back into it if you're staying positive rather than having a negative outlook on everything. So that's the plan for now.
She was looking at you. By the way, she was looking right at you. She was looking right at you.
Oh, DP.
Well,
if only you guys could see the bags under my eyes right now.
What is going on? So I'll let Kenzie, you give us the story on what's going on with Miss Curtis.
I will say Michaela is notorious for beating herself up a little bit when things go not in her favor. And I'm going to hype you up a little bit and tell you that you need to be kind to yourself and take a step back and look at everything objectively and control your controllables.
Yeah. No, so I guess let's step back a little more. So obviously we had a home meet and it wasn't bad. I think I kind of fell apart a little bit, which like is the reality of stuff. And I like college sports or like sports in general, like isn't all glamour. And I think that's the one thing that like, I think that it's the cool side, I guess, if you want to say, of like the sport that we're in because you're expected to be perfect. And like gymnastics is very hard to be perfect. So I think that's why I hold myself to a very high standard. And then when I don't meet that, I tend to, I do beat myself up a little bit, but I think it's like because I expect a lot. I don't know. So I guess like, I will go through the meet, I guess. So since it's a home meet, we started on vault. I was 5th on vault. I think there's 5 people. Yeah. It wasn't bad. It was good. I think we had a good rotation, good scores. So all 5 of them counted.
I would agree with that. I think one thing that we do every week after the meet is rewatch the videos. And so today, watching the vaults again, to me they looked pretty good in the air. I mean, a little bit of body shapes, a little bit on landings as well, but
yeah. So I guess the
overall,
people listening, like when they score a vault, it's like on the table. You want to have a good like. It's hard for me to
body
like
position.
Well, no, you want to block off so you have good height.
Yeah.
But then like body position is like a really big thing. So you want to be just like straight the whole time. Yeah. And then when you land, obviously you don't want your feet to move. And I think that our team like obviously, Roby was in the lineup and then, this little malfunction happened. So like we kind of were one person short. So like I got stepped up into the lineup and we had all 5 scores count. And normally, so it's like, I think we've explained this before. You have 6 people and 5 scores count. So it was kind of hard because we didn't have that extra person.
Yeah.
Just like in case, but everybody kind of did their job, which was like super good. And I mean, good way to start off the meet. And there was a lot of improvement, which I thought was good. And it wasn't like major things. People were putting their feet in the mat and doing what they needed to and, just staying on their feet. And I think that was good. So, and that's like a positive thing to like start off of. And for me, like vault's the fastest one, but it just shakes my nerves.
No, how was that? Like being back in Devaney, competing in front of the crowd on vault? Because sometimes that can feel like a lot when we do the slow clap and you're running down the runway and you kind of hear it in the background,
See, that's why I wait. If I'm being honest, if like I wait a second, so then
smart.
Like the clap doesn't like, because then what I've noticed, because when you go like if you go anywhere in the lineup, you kind of understand it when people are doing the slow clap. So if you haven't been to one of our meets, we do like this like slow clap and
it builds with speed.
But I like wait a second because then if I go right when you're doing the slow clap, I think that I kind of run on the beat of the clap.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Freaks me out a little bit. But no, it was good. It was actually like, I think that's one of the things that why at the end of the night I ended up being so upset at myself, because we finally got those familiar faces back in the arena and we got to have the little girls screaming. Like it was so cute. Did you notice when we were
the 3 little girls that were with their moms near the vault?
The red bows.
Yeah.
I was about to go on beam, and so I mean, I guess I just completely skip bars, but I don't do bars anyway, so it's fine. We'll get back to that.
I can give the overview of bars.
When I was on beam, I'm typically second, so I go on the vault runway and kind of do my own thing. I don't watch the person before me, not for anything other than I'm trying to get like in the zone. I can still hear like how she's doing. So I'm listening or I'm watching with my ears at that point. But I walked over to the vault runway and I saw these 3 little girls and they kept trying to start the Go Big Red chant. I think.
Oh, that's so
Yeah.
cute.
But like I kept like not missing it, but I think they like I don't know, were they trying to do the chant?
So they were right next to me.
Okay.
So the mom would just like nudge one of them and then she would get it going. And they kept trying and folks would just like, for whatever reason, that ended up being like the BYU section.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, like that corner is like, it was all BYU parents.
I was wondering because I was like, it's kind of quiet over there. Like I could hear them when they were, you know, how little girls with their voices are. Like I could hear them, but then it's like they did it once. So I didn't want to be like, Go Big Red. And then it just kind of like died there. So I was like, I don't know what to do.
No, but they kept me, they were like, we love you. We love you.
Yeah.
That's so cute.
And I walked over at one point and I was like, I really like your bow. It was like this red bow. And I was like, it's so cute. Because it sticks out with the blonde hair. I can always tell.
But another reason for fans to get off their butts and get to Devaney Center, because it didn't make sense on the first home meet with a crowd to have that many BYU fans there. Now, BYU notoriously travels, but that was kind of insane.
They were kind of spread out too. I did notice. I tend to look up a lot just because like I try to see if there's anybody that I know. And I actually didn't see you until I don't know. Did I see you on towards the end of the meet? I ended up seeing you, but I'll kind of just like stand there and look, and not because like I'm trying to like get into the crowd or anything, but I'm just like I think it's my way of trying to appreciate it. I think because especially last year since we didn't have people, man, it really makes a
Big Sky,
difference.
sir, have you ever gone to a gymnastics meet?
I've never been to a meet
Friday night,
but I did like try gymnastics for free as a child. So
No, that's not
my
what he
experience.
he didn't ask.
I answered the question.
You
and
hear
added
them.
a
You
little
hear
bit.
them, right?
Well, I would have gone this weekend, but
Nope.
I had a guy who needed me to run a board for a basketball game.
Oh,
It's a good thing that we
So-
have a meet on Friday.
Another opportunity.
Guess who's running a board for a high school basketball game on Friday?
Oh darn!
This
You know,
guy.
oh yeah.
high school, college.
Yeah, but it's my job, so there's a
Okay,
responsibility
well-
there.
I will work and see if like we can find somebody else. Maybe I'll get Bach to run the board, and you could go to a gymnastics meet.
Whatever you need me to do.
Yeah, because that's the kind of guy you are. That's why we love you
Right
so much.
answer.
You guys, I have to. Am I allowed to tell them your secret?
I mean, yeah, it's not a secret.
He's leaving us. He got another job,
Wow,
Ooh,
that's not cool.
but it's big time. So he's going to big
Okay,
time us
fine.
now. So he'll forget that he ever knew us when he's in another market. Just
okay, yeah.
That is directly contradictory. That's what I told Mark today.
He's
so.
gonna be like 93.7. No, I
What?
don't remember.
What,
like,
who were
anything to do with
they?
that.
Who were the Kinsey? Who? I don't know.
I
The
greeted her. I went out of my way to greet her in High B this morning. I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah, I get the tell. He goes, Roby's in a boot. I'm like, I know. He
Yeah.
goes, yeah, I just saw her at Ivy. So I was like, well,
it's tough.
I have to say this. We generally have some idea of how difficult it is for you guys to do what you do. Let me. When I was young, I thought I was really, really athletic, but I could not do what you do. At my best, like I
Being
can play.
Honest, I don't know if I can do what I do sometimes.
Oh my god.
No. But it's just like
Oh no,
being honest though.
Oh, so you understand? I'm going to break her.
Yes.
You should have seen. Like he texted me after the meet. He's like, if you ever
I
need to
texted
talk.
you after the meet too.
I'm pretty sure I responded to you.
Yeah, you did.
Okay,
Well, I
I was gonna
said-
say. I
well,
think I did. If not, I'm gonna respond
Well,
right
I
now.
just said the coach in me is I recognize it's called comfortable movement, and it's what athletes do at such a high repetition that when they go outside of that, it shows up. And I'm watching her warm up, and I'm like, oh, she's in her head. Like, and I wanted to yell, "Get out of your head! Get
Should have
out
just
of
walked
your
over
head!"
to the side, right there by Beam.
Well, no, because I don't want
Why'd you
Heather to
let-
come tackle me for
DP.
Like she would. No, Heather's tough. Heather would, she would take a shot. But I wanted to just like get out of your head. And I see the different. I see your teammates, and I know how athletes move when they're comfortable, and I know how athletes move when they're having a conversation with themselves that they don't need to have. Like they don't need to have. And then you start doing the thing outside of your movement where you weren't looking for anybody, you were looking for something. And there's a difference. Like if you're looking for somebody, if I'm looking for Kenzie, it's because I know what I'm getting when I get there. If I'm looking for somebody, then it's anything negative or positive, and whatever I get, I get. And then you exhaled and you look, you had one of two ways to look, either up at the sky or down at the floor. And you looked around and you looked down at the floor. And I went, like put that away. Put
I
that
don't
away.
even notice that I did.
So
any
I
of that.
texted, I texted and said, get out of your head. Like,
Yeah.
were you in your head or not? And she goes, well, how'd you know? I'm like, I'm a coach. That's kind of what we noticed. The other side of this thing is Kenzie walks through the place like she is the OG gangster of all. Like, this is mine, and y'all better be respectful in here. It's amazing. It's amazing to watch.
Even this weekend?
Yeah, like you walk through like,
Really?
y'all are lucky. Y'all are lucky that I can't go because I was gonna put this on y'all tonight, and I can't, and I'm just gonna sit here. You're really good with your teammates, and your teammates need you because some of them were trying to replace you.
Yeah.
And that's hard to do. What they needed was to still hear you and see you.
Yeah. Well, I will say, I think that the mindset that I've always had going into the meet is you have to walk in knowing that you're going to hit it. And I think that I don't want to say that we didn't have that completely, but it looked like it was lacking the confidence to see it all the way through.
Yeah.
And moving forward, it's a team effort. It comes down to every single person. If somebody's having an off day like that, you've got to pick them back up and get them out of that mindset,
And they picked you up.
Yeah. Well, and that's like one of the things, like Clara, who we had last Monday. The one thing she always does, she's probably one of the most kind and caring people that we could say that's probably ever been on the team.
Yeah.
And the one thing she did is after her beam routine, I can't remember how many people she was after me. I was up second. And
she was third.
Well, so she was right after me.
Behind you.
So I got up, did my routine, and I fell on my first skill, which made me like super frustrated because I warmed it up so good. And like I felt confident, I felt good. And then as soon as like it came time, okay, I'm gonna try to explain this. So I did the wolf jump front tuck, which I have a video on my Twitter of.
That's your move.
Yeah.
That's your thing.
And which I love. And so when I don't execute it the way that I know how to do it, it's like kind of rubbing dirt in the wound a little bit, just because like I identify so much with that. So I ended up falling on that, and then I ended up having to, continue with the routine, and I do a series, which is a back handspring, layout, step out, layout, step out. So layout, step out is just a back handspring with no hands. And it was like split second because I was actually not going to do it, even though I warmed it up really good. And Heather was like, okay, we're going to do it. Because like at the gym when I practice it, and then last meet, it was kind of wonky and warm up. So we were not playing it safe, but it's my backup is to just do one and not two. And I was thinking I already fell, so I want to play it safe. And which is like not the good thing to think, because like at that point, like if I already fell, I have nothing else to lose. So I was like, split second decision. I stepped up and I was like, okay, I'm going to go. And I ended up doing the two. And by me making that split second decision actually saved me 3/10. Which if you fall off the beam is 5 whole tenths. So I saved quite a bit on my score. Which I think was, if I can take anything away from that, it's I can do it in like a pressure situation, because that's the first time I've done it like in a competition setting.
Yeah.
And I think by being able to do that, like I have proved to myself, hey, you're able to get up there and do it. Now I just have to add one more piece to it, which I've done this piece for, 8 million years. But no, DP is right. I think like when I got up there, I was thinking, don't do this, or I was thinking, do this, 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 and this, and this, rather than stay straight down the beam.
Get up and do a beam routine.
Yeah. And so I think that like I've beat myself up so much this past weekend, which is part of the reason why I like sound so hoarse. Trying to think back of how can I simplify it?
Yeah.
But in all reality, the only way to simplify it is to not think and literally just translate what I do in practice. But I think like I tend to beat myself up a little bit just because there's 17 girls on the team and they trust me. But like when I do stuff like that, I feel like it's kind of like I'm losing that self-confidence a little bit. And I feel bad like saying this to like everybody who's listening, but like that's kind of like the reality like of the sports and gymnastics in general, that like I said, it's meant to be like so perfect that sometimes like I feel like I have like 80 pounds on each one of my shoulders. But I guess like I just want to be so good and so perfect for my team. And this one sitting over here who's not able to do it, that I tend to kind of put a little bit more on me. So
I mean, I understand where you're coming from, especially the pressure of being a fifth year and knowing that all of the eyes are on you. But this can be, moving forward, a very defining moment where you have a choice now to make. You can move forward and
I feel like I'm in my own therapy session right now.
literally move forward. And again, go back out there this next weekend and show everyone what you can do. I don't think that there's a single person on the team that doesn't believe in you and doesn't think that you can't do it. Everyone is behind you and has your back and knows that
That's
you
what I
can
was
get up
getting
there and do it. And so that's what you need to be telling yourself every single day.
Well, and I guess I kind of, my train derailed there for a minute, but I'm back on. So that's what I was getting at. So Clara was up after me and she hit, and after she saluted, everybody kind of ran on the mat and gave high fives. And she looks at me and she gives me a hug. I'm going to try not to cry right here. And she's like, I did that for you. Like I got your back. And to me, like, that's what it's about. To just show that like no matter what, it's the person, whether they're before you or after you or four after you, no matter like where they're at in the lineup, that's what it's about. And I think like that's like the defining moment for me, is just like, if I can't do it for me, I can do it for the person before and after me. And not that I can't do it for me, but I think like sometimes I get so much in my head that I'm like, try and do it for somebody else. Because if like that's what matters in that moment. I'm sorry. Did I just turn this into like a sad moment?
No, but this is the part that we were having this discussion in the previous show about the basketball team, and that the basketball team is going to struggle because they put added pressure on themselves to do things that they already know how to do. Like nothing's required. Like that's it. Nothing is going to be asked of you Friday that you haven't practiced, performed 1,000 times.
Yeah.
So you're already prepared. Then it's just you and the conversation you have in your head and the space that you have around you.
Yeah.
You just defined what makes a team special.
Yeah.
Is the fact that you're thinking of each other, you're considering of each other, and you're there to pick each other up. That puts you ahead of the curve for most teams in any program around the country. The fact that you guys rallied for each other, you didn't get caught up in the nonsense. And I can tell you, BYU was loud. And man, like I was like, okay, BYU.
But see, the funny thing that you said about that is during warmups, I don't know who I said it to, but I was like, I think I said it to you.
Yeah,
I was like, they're quiet.
Before.
Yeah.
Before there's the voice, right?
Yeah.
There's the prep, the acknowledgement that we were ready to do everything we're supposed to do. And then they forget to perform. They're just there supporting. Like they're executing and performing. And that's a thing. You guys can pick it up because it didn't take much. And just do what you've done 100 times. Kenzie's going to have your back. Martina's going to have your back. Heather's going to have your back. And you're going to have their back. The best thing you did all of Friday night was you went over to the corner, you pouted and kicked your own tail, and then I forget who it was that popped like a 9-8, and you went sprinting. You got out of your space, your negative space, and you became a good teammate and a leader again. That's why, I again, in seeing the stuff, I don't want you to carry this forward. Like, not the negative stuff. Because you can't change it. Like, it's done. Been there. Whoops. Whoops. Now what's next?
Yeah.
And the best thing you can do for this team and the best statement you can make about this team is that you guys had it for each other.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool to watch.
Yeah. And like, kind of like what DP just said. We went to floor, and floor was fun.
I just have to say, I really enjoyed watching the floor teams. Like,
Yeah.
if there's one takeaway, it's that the performance aspect this year is so much better. Like, the floor teams are enjoyable to watch. I think that we have the either like Go Big Red, Go Skurs,
Yeah.
and every single person's floor team that everyone cheers along to. And even your floor team, I mean, leading up to the last pass, like,
Yeah, I fell.
that, oh my goodness.
No, I'm just,
But,
giving people.
Leading up to that, though, I think that was one of the best floor teams you've ever done, performance-wise, hands down.
Like, and you
Minus
lied
the
to
last
me.
pass.
Well, you lied to me and said you couldn't dance. But I have to tell
She
the story.
can.
I have to tell you the story. We'll throw it to break, but let me tell you the story. The little girls who were cheering so crazy, when you went through your routine, they were trying to do everything you were doing as they just stood there. And then when you fell, one little girl goes, "Oh, she booped." So, Kinsey, get us out of here. We can laugh over the break.
All right, we're going to take a little break, but we'll be back soon.
Check out and watch all of the Ticket weeknight shows live on the Sartor Heyman Jewelers video stream on Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. This is Talkin' Tens on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
A lot of work goes into making Nebraska, Nebraska. Keeping it green. Helping it thrive. Making it fun. Everything that goes into caring for our outdoors, from waters to wildlife, plays a big role in making Nebraska home. Learn how we help conserve our state's natural resources at outdoornebraska.org.
Paid for by Nebraska Game and Parks. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Casey's General Store is giving you the chance at winning 2 free tickets to a Nebraska home basketball game this season. Stop by any Casey's location in Lincoln throughout basketball season. Enter your name into the registration box, and you'll have a chance to win 2 tickets to an upcoming Nebraska basketball game. Every drawing will occur at least 24 hours before the game that has its selected winner. So make sure to get to any Casey's in Lincoln today for your chance at 2 free tickets for Nebraska men's basketball games.
Your home should not be a zoo to unwelcomed animals. Let the experts at Bats to Rats take care of those problems. Dane has been a leader in wildlife and pest management and prevention in Lincoln and the surrounding area for 15 years. He can help you get rid of bats, rodents, and anything else. Whether it's residential or commercial buildings, schools, apartments, or churches, they're always a phone call away. Call today at 402-310-0904 or visit batstoRats.com. Bats to Rats Wildlife Control and Prevention.
Hi, this is Kurt, your shop manager at A1 Automotive here in downtown Lincoln. My promise to you is this: you won't find another automotive repair facility that genuinely cares about you and your vehicle. Our service is outstanding and our customer service is better. Please give me a call for all your automotive repair questions and needs. Call me at 402-477-4660. We were built on small town values, and that shows in how we treat others. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
On Monday, January 17th, we'll see a mostly sunny sky with a high near 51. There'll be a light southwest wind coming in at about 9 to 14 miles an hour this morning. Winds can gust as high as 22 miles an hour. Later tonight, there will be partly cloudy with a low around 25. Southwest winds will die down to about 3 to 8 miles an hour. I'm Harrison Arns with 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
My son Aiden has asthma. Secondhand smoke has triggered his asthma so badly, he ended up in the emergency room and spent multiple nights in intensive care. Now he's on a whole bunch of medications. My tip to you is, don't be shy about telling people not to smoke around your kids.
Call the Nebraska Tobacco Quit Line, 1-800-QUIT-NOW, 1-800-784-8669. Paid for by Tobacco Free Nebraska. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
At Buffalo Wings and Rings, they've crafted a new league of superior chicken sandwiches. Meet the Ringers. It's premium, house-made, beer-battered, fried chicken served buffalo, Korean, or MVP style. Head to Buffalo Wings and Rings Lincoln and raise a glass to superior chicken. 2 locations at 68th and O and at 40th and Old Cheney. Buffalo Wings and Rings.
Listening to this Allstate commercial about savings might be the hardest thing about getting those savings. Save for simply becoming an Allstate customer. Save more for adding DriveWise. And save even more for driving safely. Visit allstate.com or contact your local agent for a quote today. Allstate. Minimum effort, maximum reward.
Not available in every state. New customer savings based on early signing discount. Drivewise is an optional feature. Savings vary based on how you buy. Subject to terms and conditions. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
At Mountain Dew, we support the best and baddest disaster relief group in America, Team Rubicon. To show our support of Team Rubicon, Mountain Dew put in $1 million. And now you can help Team Rubicon too. Look for specially marked Team Rubicon bottles of Mountain Dew, Diet Mountain Dew, and Mountain Dew Zero Sugar. Enter for a chance to win weekly prizes at MountainDewTR.com and donate to Team Rubicon. You'll earn exclusive rewards when you do. No purchase necessary. U.S. residents 18 and older. Subject to rules at MountainDewTR.com. Ends 10/3/2020.
You want to feel important. You want to be a part of something bigger, something that matters and can help change things. You want to feel like you belong. We know. We felt that way too, and that's why we did something about it. We aren't just Army National Guard soldiers. We are normal people just like you. But our part-time service in the Army National Guard means we get to be more. When our communities are in need, we get the chance to stand up and do something about it. We get to serve in our own region and help the people we call neighbors. Whether they are in the mountains of New Mexico, the plains of Nebraska and Kansas, the ranches of Oklahoma and Texas, the farmlands of Missouri and Arkansas, or the bayous of Louisiana, we are here for our hometowns. And together, we can make a difference. Take on your legacy. Visit NationalGuard.com to find out more.
Sponsored by the Nebraska Army National Guard. Aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association at this station.
Back to Talkin' Tens with Michaela Curtis and Kinsey Roby on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back to Talking Tens on 93.7 FM. So,
can you fix this? It's like...
Yeah, right. Let me go to the text line. Gene in Lincoln has sent a couple of texts. He says, what a poignant story. So important for young athletes to hear. Very well said. It shouldn't be all fun. There has to be some lessons in this thing. That's why
there is. And I think that's the important thing is the hard days. I had a very tough day today. But to me, the hard days are just as important. And you hear everybody say this, the hard days are just as important as the easy days. And I don't think that, or I honestly think that is so true. And even today, I had a very hard day today at practice, and I was able, Roby helped me out. She was like, hey, opportunity is at the door. Go out there and do what you know how to do. And it took me a little bit, but I ended up going out there and after a little while doing what I needed to. And I think it was more for me than it was for not so much the situation, but I think I needed it because I've had a little bit of self-doubt, especially after this weekend. And it is a real thing. I'm 23 next week.
Hey,
23. I don't even know what day
you
it
had to
is.
do the math on that.
Whenever the 29th is my birthday.
Just do the math on that one. I'm what?
12 days?
How old am I?
Okay. 12 days, yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm 23 and I still have a little bit of issues when it comes to that, but that's the importance of having those 17 people behind me and the coaches as well. And it is hard.
Well, and you're not alone with it. I think that every single person has days like that. I mean, you've seen mine time and time again. And I will say it's nice, though, to have somebody there to kind of pick you up and get you through it, speaking from my own perspective. But, I mean, sometimes it's just you just have to get through them, You can't really avoid them completely.
I just think it shows. And I think the reason why I was willing to kind of just be open is one, that's kind of what we signed up for. I always told DP that I was an open person. I don't mean to if it comes off negative, that's not at all. But I just want people to realize we're human. And yeah, I did fall and I fell a few times. And I didn't let it defy me. And of course, like I said, the team was there behind me, but I just like, I kind of want, as much as like it's hard to be like, yeah, I fell, it shows the little girls it's okay. Like if you fall, you got to get back up.
You booped. That's all.
I booped. Or I biffed it. Somebody told me that one time. I was like, no, that's a new word. Okay. But it just like, to me, it just shows like when we all have our days, I'll just use Roby as an example because she's sitting next to me. To me, it makes me want to work harder for her because I'm like, oh, I got to do it for the person next to me, the person in front of me and behind me, because that's what I signed my NIL for. NLI. Whatever it is. My letter of intent.
Well,
it's been a long day.
I'm trying to. So explain this long day. You've referenced it a couple of times.
I don't think you want to hear it.
What?
I really don't think you want to hear it.
Uh-oh.
No,
Roby,
it's not
Roby,
bad.
I'll take. Is this a story worth hearing?
I mean,
no, I had a very.
I don't know what you did this morning before practice, but
cleaned my apartment.
I
just had a mental breakdown. Like that's just
happens,
what it comes to.
though.
Like I just
We've all
kind
been
of
there.
I sat in the locker room with my head in between my hands, and I was just like, I'm at a loss. Like that's, I just kind of like felt like today kind of, because I spent the last 2 days just dwelling on what had happened. And then like Roby had mentioned, we watched the meet. And I think like when we watched the meet over, I was just like, dang, like, yeah, I let myself down, but it kind of felt like I let my team down. And yeah, it happened. But I think all of my emotions just came out today. And it hit me pretty hard. So, but I went back out there like after I had my explosion of emotion. That's a good one.
Yeah.
I went back and I was a little frustrated with Floor because I haven't really had a problem with Floor before. I wasn't too upset about Beam because, like I said, I was able to make up for lost points, tenths, however. I think I was just a little upset with Floor because I had never been in that position where I was just like, I don't know. I think so. That's why I was having a hard time like grasping it. And yeah, the emotions just kind of came out today.
Well, jumping in, I will say from my perspective, it's kind of hard it's hard when you're not out there competing, obviously. And where was I even going with this now?
Well,
wait, what were you going to say?
I was just going to say then it like to like where I'm sitting, it makes me feel a little worse because I'm like, Roby would probably do anything to be out there.
But you can't look at it that way. You know what I mean? Like, of course I want to be out there, but I don't even know what I'm saying, but I don't know.
Words are hard. We haven't been at school in a while.
No, I was curious because as Michaela, she talks about her night and then her day, that it's got to be pretty frustrating for you because you're in a boot, you missed the meet. This is the first home meet. This is like the big thing. And then as the team struggles, what leadership wants to do is make good.
Yeah.
And as Michaela said, she immediately started thinking about, well, how am I going to make up points, which is the easiest, most sure way to make sure that you lose more points. Like even as a gymnastics outsider, I know that if you go into an event thinking you need to make up points.
Well, I don't think I approached Floor that way. I think I approached Floor. Floor is easy for me because that's where I can kind of just let loose. I'm like, oh, I got a ponytail, I'll let it swing, it'll be great. And I think I was upset because that is like, it feels like that's kind of my time to shine, respectively, as you're the only person on the event. But I think because like I was having so much fun and then it was kind of like unexpected that I fell, I was like, oh, like that doesn't really happen. So I thought it was like a little weird. Not weird. I don't know if I would use that.
Uncharacteristic.
There you go. See, I'm using big girl words today.
There you go.
Did you go back today and redo your Floor performance?
After my little breakdown, I ended up going back to Floor and doing. I had a little problem with the same pass at one point, and then my coach was telling me, just go into the softer side, and I was like, no, I have to do this. And he was like, well, we got to save you. And I was like, Robert, like, I need to prove to you and I need to prove to myself that I can do it. And we came to a middle ground, and I ended up doing it. And, he stepped back and he was like, that's all I needed from you. And I think to hear that, I was like, okay, I'm good. Cause I think like at first I like kind of disappointed him a little bit. Like when we were watching the meet. And I think to me, that's probably one of the worst feelings, is knowing that your coaches are somewhat like your parents. And I didn't want to disappoint him. So then when he told me, he was like, yeah, that's all I needed. I was like, okay, I'm good. I'm going to walk away. I'm good. And then I have 2 more practices.
Yeah, 2 more.
2 more
Tomorrow,
practices
Thursday.
2 more opportunities to do what I need to do. So
Kinsey, who stepped up for you? So you're an all-arounder, so all of the events, who stepped? Is it next person up?
I took your vault.
Pretty much. I mean, vault, we had 5 up, 5 count. So
Yeah.
every single person that was in the lineup counted.
Yeah.
Bars, we had some new faces. A couple of the freshmen were put into lineup. And then beam, I mean,
I think it was Chow, right?
yeah, but I feel like for beam, we've got a little bit more of
Depth.
options. And for floor, again, a couple of the freshmen stepped up and
Yeah.
did some really good routines. So,
Our
but
little
no,
hometown girl.
I had lost my train of thought for a second, but I was going to just say, like, the perspective that you get while not competing is completely different than when you're actually in the meet competing, because I've said it before, but sometimes it can be hard to really watch because you're kind of focusing on yourself. But getting to just like take the step back and see every single person compete, like, one takeaway that I have is like, we're so close. It's like the pieces are all there. They just need to be put together.
Yeah. It's like a
And-
puzzle, like once you dump it out of the box, I feel like everything is
Yeah.
right there. We're just gonna
So that is my big takeaway from the night.
Big Sky is giving you the go to break signal.
All right, we were gonna go to break and we'll be back real shortly.
Check out and watch all of the Ticket Weeknight shows live on the Sartor Heyman Jewelers video stream on Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. This is Talkin' Tens on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
At Buffalo Wings and Rings, they've crafted a new league of superior chicken sandwiches. Meet the Ringers. It's premium, house-made, beer-battered, fried chicken served buffalo, Korean, or MVP style. Head to Buffalo Wings and Rings Lincoln and raise a glass to superior chicken. 2 locations at 68th and O and at 40th and Old Cheney. Buffalo Wings and Rings.
Casey's General Store is giving you the chance at winning 2 free tickets to a Nebraska home basketball game this season. Stop by any Casey's location in Lincoln throughout basketball season, enter your name into the registration box, and you'll have a chance to win 2 tickets to an upcoming Nebraska basketball game. Every drawing will occur at least 24 hours before the game that has its selected winner. So make sure to get to any Casey's in Lincoln today for your chance at 2 free tickets for Nebraska men's basketball games.
You know you want that smoky, tangy, sweet, and spicy sauced and tossed Wingstop. But you just brought a haul of groceries home from the store. It's cool. No one expects you to shop and cook in the same day. So let the flavor experts at Wingstop hook you up with mouth-watering wings, crispy tenders and thighs, fries and sides delivered to your door. You can always cook tomorrow. That's why the fridge was invented. Get it delivered at wingstop.com.
Order online now from the new Wingstop located at 5001 O Street. You can search online for hours to find the best electricians in Lincoln and the surrounding area, but I'll save you time. High Electric has been serving their customers for 30 years for both residential and commercial properties. They're experts in everything electrical, from remodeling to new additions, hot tub installations, electric vehicle chargers or EV chargers, lighting, ceiling fans, and more. High Electric takes jobs from Beatrice to Omaha and all towns, big or small, in between. Call them today at 402-466-6606 or learn more at highelectric.com.
Listening to this Allstate commercial about savings might be the hardest thing about getting those savings. Save for simply becoming an Allstate customer. Save more for adding DriveWise. And save even more for driving safely. Visit allstate.com or contact your local agent for a quote today. Allstate. Minimum effort, maximum reward.
Not available in every state. New customer savings based on early signing discount. Drive-bys is an optional feature. Savings vary based on how you buy. Subject to terms and conditions. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
At Mountain Dew, we support the best and baddest disaster relief group in America, Team Rubicon. To show our support of Team Rubicon, Mountain Dew put in $1 million. And now you can help Team Rubicon too. Look for specially marked Team Rubicon bottles of Mountain Dew, Diet Mountain Dew, and Mountain Dew Zero Sugar. Enter for a chance to win weekly prizes at MountainDewTR.com and donate to Team Rubicon. You'll earn exclusive rewards when you do. No purchase necessary. U.S. residents 18 and older. Subject to rules at MountainDewTR.com. Ends 10/3/2020.
You want to feel important. You want to be a part of something bigger, something that matters and can help change things. You want to feel like you belong. We know. We felt that way too, and that's why we did something about it. We aren't just Army National Guard soldiers. We are normal people just like you. But our part-time service in the Army National Guard means we get to be more. When our communities are in need, we get the chance to stand up and do something about it. We get to serve in our own region and help the people we call neighbors. Whether they are in the mountains of New Mexico, the plains of Nebraska and Kansas, the ranches of Oklahoma and Texas, the farmlands of Missouri and Arkansas, or the bayous of Louisiana, we are here for our hometowns. And together, we can make a difference. Take on your legacy. Visit NationalGuard.com to find out more.
Sponsored by the Nebraska Army National Guard. Aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association at this station.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
My son Aiden has asthma. Secondhand smoke has triggered his asthma so badly, he ended up in the emergency room and spent multiple nights in intensive care. Now he's on a whole bunch of medications. My tip to you is, don't be shy about telling people not to smoke around your kids.
Call the Nebraska Tobacco Quit Line, 1-800-QUIT-NOW, 1-800-784-8669. Paid for by Tobacco Free Nebraska. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Back to Talkin' Tens with Michaela Curtis and Kinsey Roby on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back to Talking Tens on 93.7 FM.
You have a text. Please share some of the gymnasts who had highlights from the meet. Davis on bars, the young ladies on the floor, Emma on the beam, Emma and Kat on the beam, etc. If you would, please.
All right. I'll start with Davis on bars.
Well, how about Kai on vault first? Because she stuck it.
She stuck her vault. That was a really good vault.
Yeah, that was good because, like, I know in the gym she's been working on, like, body shape and, like, how do I explain this? So when you want straight body, the entire full, which a full is
360.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure. I'm not good at math. Not a math major.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, I was thinking 180, okay? It's fine. A lot in my head today. So the whole 360 turn, and you just, like, want, like, a just think
pencil,
of your phone.
yeah,
Think of your
pencil.
phone. You want to look like a pencil or pen or whatever
In
is
the
just
air.
straight. Yeah. There's not a bend in it. Anyway, so Kylie has been working on that, and she just kind of feet just hit, and she was there. She didn't take a move or anything. And I think that, like, started, we were like, I looked at her and go, where did that come from? Like, not like more in like a jokingly way. I was like, wow,
Yeah.
if you can do it, I can do it. And that's like kind of how I went into stuff. And my body position was a little bit better, but like Kylie definitely, like, I noticed that. And Davis is my bar queen.
She really is. I think she got a 9.9, right?
I think so.
Or 9.875. It was
Range.
one of those.
One
Yeah.
of those.
But no, I mean, she's been working really
So
hard. I think that girl takes more turns than anyone I've ever seen.
I'm surprised she still has hands, if I'm being honest.
And she also has one of the hardest bar routines.
Oh, she like
on the
doesn't
team.
take a breath.
So for bars, typically people have 2 release moves. So that's where you let go of the bar, catch it again.
And that can be the low to the high, or just
like
one
on
of the bars
on the same.
as
bar,
if you just
yeah.
release the bar and then you catch it again,
But Davis has 3 release moves,
which is crazy.
And she also has an E dismount, which
is crazy.
I don't even know how to get into explaining that, but our skills are worth value, and so like an E is one of like the hardest skills you can do,
And not a
in
lot of people
college
do it.
gymnastics. And she hit her routine.
Well, and I
beautifully.
think that's one of those things too, where when it comes to Davis, she's one of those people where she's like pretty, I'm going to use the word inspiring, because she will eat mat, but like won't let it affect her, because she's like, okay, I'm going to do another one. And then she won't
She
do
will
like,
keep going until she gets it perfect.
that's what, like, she will not stop until she is satisfied. Even if you're like, that was probably the best dismount I've ever seen. She's like, not good enough.
I could have done it a little better.
And then she'll go again.
And I think that's why she's
And
so
that-
successful.
and it
It
translates.
adds into it. Yeah.
And
I don't know how you do the 3 swing dismount. Like that, just my hands hurt every time I see it.
yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm surprised she still has hands, because the amount of times that she takes turns on
The number of
bars
turns she takes
every
is
single day,
crazy.
that child is crazy. But like,
First of all, you all are.
but she's one of the
That's
most
true.
You're
beautiful
gymnasts, like, that's-
people to watch on bars. And like, I've never like, I'm not a bar swinger, but like, I've never really been like in awe of bars, except when I see your dismount, because your dismount is just crazy. Like how she swings over the bar, I'm just like, okay, looks like a little monkey. Just woo woo. But anyway, like literally just like how she does giants compared to how like Kinsey
My
Davis
giants
does giants
look like men's giants.
Yeah, it's just like there's
It's
a
weird.
difference.
Is that speed? What is that?
It's
Length? Is
just
that what is that?
I would say
like the tap and like the speed, I guess. I don't
So
even
when
know.
you do giants, okay, you're on top. Okay, this is gonna
Most
be hard.
people do it like slower, but I
Yeah.
am over here.
What's building momentum?
Yeah.
But yours is kind of a whip. It's just
So,
kind
yeah,
of a
people
roller
kind of-
coaster. It doesn't.
People kind of do giants like this. If you can see me on
I mean,
the camera.
I can give a video later.
Oh yeah, she'll
There we
give a
go.
video. I'm just
There we
kind of
go.
giving a
Perfect.
demonstration to DP over here.
Yeah.
But Davis does giants kind of like this. Kinsey does giants like
over
this.
there. Yeah.
But it's like speed wise. I don't know. She's crazy. I can never do.
Is it purposeful or is it
Yes.
supposed to be where you hit apex and you stop? At any
No,
point?
you
You
don't
don't
want
want to stop
Okay.
because
Yeah.
that kills everything.
All of your momentum for the
Yeah.
dismount is required.
Yeah.
Do you get more points for the faster you
No.
rotate?
Uh-uh.
No.
Mm-mm.
Nothing. So
Nothing.
no.
Just a little personal preference over here, I guess.
Well, yeah. Well, that's what I was wondering. Well, straight line. You think everything should be straight line in gymnastics? That's why I asked the question. Now, where do you want to release for your dismount?
You want your
Where's the
toes
perfect?
to be like going upwards.
Yeah.
Like if they're flat, like
You're just gonna
straight out
fly.
horizontal, you're gonna ping right off the bar. So they've got to be like
You want them? Like we like to say where the wall meets the ceiling.
So where on the clock do you want to release?
I don't know where the clock is.
So 6,
I'm trying to think of a
7, 8, 9, 10,
Hold on.
12.
12,
9 to 10.
3, 6. Yeah. Because you want it closer to like
Oh wait, 9, 10.
you want it like
10 to 11.
But then to release out so that you don't hit the bar.
That comes from your shoulders though.
Yeah.
Your shoulder angle.
Okay.
You gotta have
because if you
open
are-
shoulders.
if your shoulders are making an L when you let go of the bar,
You like pull into the bar.
no.
Some
You
down,
want it
some
like
down.
flat like a board.
And
Yeah?
then where should your feet be?
Feet need to be going up.
Yeah. So it's kind of like you make like a J, right? Is that ish?
Yeah.
So like when you come out or like a Nike check.
Yeah.
So you want to look like, for the people listening, you want to look like a Nike check when you let go.
So Big Sky. So when you go practice this later and you're going to your dismount, Nike swoosh that thing.
Are you taking
Got it?
notes?
Yeah, I'm great at the Nike swoosh thing.
Okay. That I
Perfect.
told you that.
I figured you were, but
that one time I
didn't
tried
want-
gymnastics for free. I
mean,
was
hey,
elite.
3-stripe life all the way.
I didn't want to assume that you.
Hey, my cousin is a D1 gymnast as well. It just runs in the family.
It's just you guys believe him.
No.
I can pull her up on the roster.
No. We want to see
I
you.
believe that.
I don't believe them. Do we believe you? Is what we want working on.
No, it's honestly super nice to have Kinsey Davis in the gym because I think she feeds a lot off of Kinsey Roby, and having them two in the gym is just probably that's what like helps me because I'm like, oh, Roby's doing it, I got to do it. Roby had a no fall day on beam, I have to have a no fall day on beam. But yeah, no, she's a good one on bars.
Superstar.
She is superstar.
Onto beam.
Well, and I think
Oh.
well, sorry. I was gonna say, I think by like seeing how like she's just one of those people that a mistake, yeah, she'll like talk about it, but it doesn't define her. Is like that's like a good takeaway. I've been here 5 years, and I like look up to that child.
Yeah.
What are we looking forward to Friday against Illinois? What can we expect?
Smiles.
Better? Better?
I just think.
Are they good?
I
Are they good?
Yeah. I haven't seen any of it. I don't
One
know.
thing that I try not to do during season is pay attention to other teams.
Yeah,
that is interesting that this is a sport where it may not be necessary.
Well, one thing that can get really in your head is scoring, because it's very subjective, and obviously different judges and different conferences, like it all does kind of play into things. And I think that,
and it's hard too, because you're like, oh, for example, Illinois got a 198 last week. That's what we're up against. Like, no, I don't know what they got last
I
week.
think you
whatever.
go into the meet and you focus on your own team and
Yeah.
yourself
You're
and
competing
your own
with
gymnastics.
you. You're competing with you.
And I think our team does well staying to us, especially like when we're in the arena, we kind of stay to us. And I think it's a good thing. And it's like nice to see.
Good stuff.
Nice to see, nice to feel.
Stuff where once again we're smarter because of you. Thank you.
I'm a teacher. I'm a teacher.
Yes, you are. Thank you. Well done.
Pointing at me. All right. Well, thank you guys for listening. Again, this is Talking Tens on 93.7 FM. As a reminder, come to our meet this Friday.
I think it's 6:30.
6:30 p.m.
Devaney.
We will see you there.